Welcome, my friends. If you follow this channel, you already know that layoffs are basically sweeping the United States. In fact, there has been so much layoff news that I have had difficulty finding time to cover anything else. You have heard about the 50% layoff at Twitter, the 11,000-person layoff at Meta, and the 10,000-person layoff at Amazon, the yet-to-be-announced layoff at Google, and many others. Today, we are hearing of news that Pepsi is laying off thousands of corporate employees. Hundreds of corporate jobs in North America are being eliminated. Were they fake jobs? Hard to say. But they paid real money. And the economic impact will be felt by the affected employees. And by the overall economy. Pepsi's beverage unit is going to be hit harder by the cuts. Rival Coca-Cola announced a restructuring of its North American business unit in November. But that is through a voluntary separation program that included buyouts. This video continues our coverage of the wave of layoffs sweeping the United States and the ever more real prospect of layoffs at Google. What does it mean for the beverage industry? What does it mean for Texas and New York? What does it mean for the economy? And what does it mean for the future of the United States? But before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Well, you heard it, my friends. Pepsi is laying off workers at its North American headquarters. The job cuts are coming in Pepsi's of its North American snacks and beverages divisions. A signal that corporate belt tightening is extending beyond tech and media. The move was originally reported by the Wall Street Journal. The layoffs will affect employees of its food and beverage businesses in Chicago, Plano, Texas, and Purchase, New York. Pepsi is a corporate food giant with an extensive portfolio. Gatorade drinks, Frito-Lay snacks, and Quaker Oats foods. The layoffs are intended to simplify the organization so we can operate more efficiently, Pepsi told employees in a memo. The job cuts will be much heavier in the beverage business. The snacks unit has already eliminated positions using a voluntary retirement program. Pepsi has 309,000 employees worldwide. That includes 129,000 employees in the United States. Demand for food and beverages sold in grocery stores has been strong, despite rising prices that have pinched many households. PepsiCo and other food companies have been raising prices to offset higher costs for ingredients, transport, and labor. Pepsi actually reported increasing quarterly sales and profits. PepsiCo executives in October said they were cutting costs. Management wants to offset the pressure on profit margins and to weather what appeared to be, wait for it, worsening macroeconomic conditions. Where have we heard that before? None other than practically every Q3 and Q2 earnings calls this year. The overall U.S. labor market remains historically tight. Employers are competing for a limited pool of labor and bidding up wages despite an uncertain economic outlook. PepsiCo joins other companies in announcing layoffs. Walmart, Ford Motor Company, Warner Brothers Discovery, and a whole bunch of tech companies, as you already know. Corporate America has been trimming white-collar so that they can hold on to frontline staff. The slowdown in corporate advertising has pushed many tech and media companies into layoff mode. And, if you follow this channel, you already know the financial economic narrative of these times. Inflation is raging in most countries. Central banks around the world are aggressively raising interest rates in order to fight inflation. So, people who borrow money for anything are having to spend more of their budget on interest. Incomes are not rising as fast as interest are keeping up with inflation. So, consumer budgets are getting squeezed and reapportioned. Consumer discretionary spending is getting squeezed out. Corporate marketers are cutting advertising budgets because they are sensing that consumers have less discretionary income to spend. And advertising is the lifeblood of many big tech companies. As a result, big tech companies have announced layoffs. Those layoffs are anywhere from a few hundred employees to a 50% layoff at Twitter. PepsiCo raised its full-year revenue forecast during its Q3 earnings call in October. To some extent, Pepsi was able to raise prices in order to boost its sales. Have you noticed that the price of Lay's potato chips has skyrocketed? However, some of its business units are experiencing demand elasticity. Frito-Lay in North America reported shrinking volume. Is that because consumers are cutting back their snacking? Or is because they decided to eat organic arugula instead of Fritos or Doritos? Or, are consumers just trading down to better manage their budgets? Companies in the tech and media sectors are eliminating jobs. They have been laying off workers to trim costs. And who are they blaming? Well, I don't have to say because you already know. But I am going to say it anyway just because I know you want me to. You guessed it, weak macroeconomic conditions. Pepsi is not the only food and beverage company to cut jobs. Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods, and rival beverage giant Coca-Cola. But I know that you are all waiting to hear how many people Google will lay off. Also, if you follow this channel, you know that a major activist Google shareholder is demanding layoffs. Activist investor TCI Fund Management holds a $6 billion stake in Google parent company, Alphabet. TCI told Google CEO Sundar Pichai that both salary expenses and headcount must come down. According to TCI, this must be done using a much more aggressive action than by stealth layoffs. TCI has made the case that compensation and headcount at Google are just way too high. Much higher, in fact, than at other companies in the rest of Silicon Valley. Google remains one of a few tech companies that has not yet formally announced major layoffs. But the United States is teetering on the brink of recession. 2022 has seen an absolute parade of layoffs in technology companies. Twitter laid off 50% of its employees. Meta laid off 11,000 employees. Amazon laid off 10,000 employees. Snap laid off 20% about a month ago. Google employees have become known for a practice, rest and vest. This practice depicted in a fictional TV show called Silicon Valley. Here are some of companies that have announced layoffs in August 2022 alone. Snap, owner of Snapchat, announced a 20% reduction of employees. This amounts to approximately 1,300 workers. Snap also initiated a major restructuring of their online platform. Apple announced that it is cutting 100 positions and slowing hiring and spending. Oracle, the worldwide software, has cut hundreds of positions but declined to say how many. Most job cuts are said to be in the customer service unit for U.S. customers. Crypto trader Coinbase announced a 20% workforce reduction. Crypto lender Genesis cut 20% of its workforce due to what they call turbulence in the cryptocurrency market. Online stock brokerage Robinhood cut 23% of its employees. This is the second round of layoffs for Robinhood so far in 2022. Connected exercise pioneer Peloton has cut 800 employees, announced several store closures, and raised prices. When will the job cuts stop? When will we return to growth? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, I will keep you informed and up to date. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.